Hell of a weekend for sport. What a win yesterday for McIlroy at the Masters. Was struggling to stay awake for that, but managed to stay awake until he sunk that putt and went down to his knees. So yeah, I know this is always usually kind of football stuff, but yeah, just from a sporting point of view, that was really cool to see. It seemed like everyone really wanted him to win, and totally thought he messed up. But when he missed that putt on 18 and then sent it to a playoff. But yeah, huge for McIlroy. Congratulations, that was really cool to see. Um, let's dive into the football then. Bit of a mad weekend for me, but we'll get into it. Watched City Palace, or should I say watched it, had it on in the background, and yeah, it was Palace were very, very good. They're the team in form, obviously second best form, just behind Liverpool at the moment in the league. So, you could see that they were confident and they were going forwards, and, just everything that's been wrong about City this season, you could see in that kind of first kind of 25, 30 minutes when Palace went 2-0 up, was they're just slow and they're just absolutely off it. And everyone knows in the Prem, everyone's got pace. Teams will tear it to pieces. So yeah, it kind of went how I thought it was going to go. I was quite surprised at it going 2-0, and then obviously they get the third, but it's disallowed, and that kind of wakes City up and changes the game. And yeah, I watched Match of the Day this morning, and they basically did the analysis they did was kind of spot on with how the game felt. Like City were just off it and the pressing and everything like that. And I've been saying this for the last few videos. So many people talk about systems and formations and overcomplicate the game a little bit, but it's about being together as a team and as a unit and looking to press together and go forwards together and all that stuff. And City just haven't been doing that. They've been off exactly what Pep's wanted them to do, and then they kind of started to get it together a little bit. And I think heavily influenced by De Bruyne, who kind of knows it's his last few games and he'll want to go out on a high because it's not been too good for him as of late, the kind of last year or so with his injuries. And he said that he's been playing through pain and he's not got pain, and that really, really helped them. And yeah, it was a good result for City, and especially getting 5, so it'll be interesting to see if they can bounce off of that. But as I said, I still don't see the DNA in this Pep team. And I know everyone's saying that, like, yeah, it's a rebuild and all that type of stuff, and I do get that, but I don't know, they look really, really far off like what you would really want from a Pep Guardiola team. So yeah, very, very interesting to see how they bounce from that. I didn't really catch much of Arsenal Brentford. I maybe seen the last 15-20 minutes in the pub, went for a pint, but didn't catch too much of that. But yeah, Arsenal are going to have they're focused on the Champions League, aren't they, and not to bottle that against Madrid and go through. And then Sunday, I watched Liverpool, and I watched Newcastle against United. Watched literally every second of those games, and I think I want to start with United and end it with Liverpool. You could just tell Newcastle were gonna do that to them. Like, just Newcastle in form at St James's Park, Man United being Man United. And I've said in the last couple of videos, I do see little things where I think the players are getting what Amarin's asking them to do, and they're believing in it, and they're trying, but they're really, really poor, aren't they? I mean, that's not an obvious thing, a not obvious thing to say, but they're so bad. I really worry because for them, well, I mean, Liverpool fan, don't worry, but if you're a United fan, I'd be worried because you've hinged so much on this guy coming in, and I think he talks really well, and obviously his sporting team is great, and he's done things like get Rashford out and Anthony out, and he dropped Anana, and that didn't really pay off for him, but the other keeper's not very good either, is he? And he's making bold decisions, and I like that. My worry for him as the manager is that I just think the job's potentially too far gone, and I don't see, like, I don't want to use like Klopp as the example, or even Slot. I don't want to make it like a Liverpool thing, but let's even take like Everton right now with David Moyes, right? As soon as Moyes came in, you could see it. You could see what he changed. You could see what he wanted to do. You could see the lift. You could see they were going to go forwards and be more attacking, and that's already been ingrained in them. I'm trying to think if there's been anyone else this season, but if you just think of managers that have done well, like Eddie Howe, you could see that. You could see that quite immediately with Newcastle, with how he was going to look to play and what they wanted to do, and I don't see that yet with Amarin. And people keep saying he needs to get his own players and everything, and I agree with that. But I think it's a big problem if there's been no difference. Like, they're not winning games at all. They've lost 14 this season. I mean, they are where they are, and I think he looks like he's doubting himself a wee bit. He does. He looks like he's starting to doubt himself a wee bit, and losing's going to do that to you. And then all of a sudden, do you change from who you are? And I know he said he wouldn't, but losing will do that to you and make you change and think about things differently. So I think they're in a bit of trouble, and I think that the big problem they're going to have is any signings they make this summer, like the magnifying glass is going to be hugely on them for them to work, and every little error or mistake, and it always takes times for players to bed in, is going to be jumped on. And I just think it's going to be too much. I really do. I think they've got the new stadium coming up. I think the whole soul's being ripped out the club, to be honest. I'd be concerned. I think I don't know if they'll ever get back to be that Man United under that kind of Fergie era. I really, really don't. So yeah, that's that. And Newcastle, flying, and they'll be chasing for Champions League, and they'll be hoping they get that. And yeah, Isaac's obviously the one they'll be looking to keep. They'll be looking to keep all the guys. So see what they do with that. And then yeah, just wrap it up with Liverpool. That Van Dijk header at the end really did feel like it was the one that really kind of just sealed the title, and it was kind of ironic that it was him to do it for many reasons, a lot of personal reasons for me. My dad used to bet all the time when he was here, every game, Van Dijk to score anytime and Van Dijk to score a header, and yeah, you just can't write it. It was him that got the winner, so that was very sentimental for me. My brother had that bet on, and he won 110 quid. So yeah, it was bit of a crazy Sunday. But Liverpool, just again, they're not in the greatest form at the moment, but they know it's there. They know they just need a couple more to get over the line. I want to say, I think Alexis McAllister is never gets spoken about. I don't ever see anyone talking about him, and I think the level of a football player that he is, he's unbelievable on the ball. He loves to tackle. He gets stuck in. He's got that South American feisty side to him. Obviously, his game intelligence is great. I mean, what a signing that was from Liverpool for about 35 million. I mean, that's a steal. Like, he is incredible. He's, for me, one of the best midfielders in the league, and I'll go as far as saying he's one of the best midfielders in the world. And I don't understand why he doesn't get the kind of eyes on him and the talk about that. And that's fine, because as long as he keeps doing it for Liverpool, and other teams like your Madrids and that don't want to come in for him, I could see him in a Real Madrid top one day. That kind of Luka Modric like type player. He's just got everything as a midfielder. Gravenberch's back to his best. Salah was on it yesterday, after signing the new contract. So yeah, if Arsenal get beat by Ipswich and Liverpool beat Leicester on Sunday, then that's it. But even if not, it'll go to the weekend after that, and that should be it wrapped up. Finally, we'll get number 20, and I can't wait for that parade in Liverpool. I'll be down there. I really can't wait for it. Never got to do it, and it's gonna mean a lot more for me. It's gonna mean a lot more for me at the moment too. So I think that about wraps it up. Bournemouth Fulham tonight. All the Champions League and Europa League second legs coming up this week. I'm going to be able to, watch literally every game of football this week. I won't be leaving the house too much. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Again, the content will keep coming. We keep going. We don't stop. I've had a couple of comments on YouTube from people just, saying thanks to the content. Keep it up. It's really good. It's different. It's interesting. And I appreciate that. And they're the little boost you need when you're doing this type of stuff, because, there's a lot of times where people think you're crazy and it's not really working, and the views are low to start with, and you're trying to build a community, and that's really what I'm looking to do here. I'm not looking to get millions of views and become famous. I'm looking to build a community and kind of work together with whoever wants to be involved in it, and try and do this as a living, and make it some form of subscription service at some point, probably starting next season, and try and give content to you guys that you enjoy and be engaging and do all that stuff. So that's all for down the line throughout the summer and the next season. But yeah, for anyone that watches it and enjoys it, thank you. Keep commenting, keep liking and sharing it. I know that's cliche, but yeah, it helps with the algorithm and all that shit. So yeah, looking forward to this week of football, a big one. It's Monday. Get up, get after it, crack on. Time's short, so make sure you make use of it and enjoy it, and be around friends and be around family. And yeah, don't if there's anything you ever want to do, go do it if you're thinking about it. That's how I'll finish this one. Peace.